Hello and welcome everyone to another fun portfolio power hour here on Adobe Live. My name is Carina Lindmeier and I'm here with Rachael Presky. How are you?
Hey, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. If you're watching on YouTube, that's pretty cool, but jump over to our nice chat on behance.net sorry. Okay, if you're coming from YouTube, jump over to Behance because here's the chat, behance.net /Adobe Live. And yeah, I will take a look at the chat right now and say hi, say where are you now and what you're doing, what you had for lunch, and join us. If you have questions about portfolio, feel free to ask any questions. Hi, Stefan. Hi, Kirsti. Hi, Sandrine. A lot of people are joining us again. That's so nice. Rachael, would you like to introduce what we are going to do today?
Absolutely. So if you will remember from the last one 2 weeks ago, you can go back and watch the replay too. We did some stickers for like gifts for a portfolio project. So today we're doing another portfolio project, which is all around chocolate. Just the best thing anyway.
So nice.
We're going to be designing some chocolate packaging. I've based mine on a brand, they're called Le Chocolat de Francais, or almost got an accent there, but they're the French chocolate brand. That's what they're called, and they work with lots of different illustrators, and I'd love to work with them. So I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to try and create something that might work for them. So if anyone wants to join in, they're welcome to join in and create packaging. We will mock it up, but maybe in the next session. So yeah, have you made a start, Carina?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, we created a nice mood board together on Behance. Let's jump into our mood board. Oh no, yeah, now it works. So we collected a nice selection of different chocolate packagings. So I think this one is a very nice example because it has a very kind of simple style, but it's also very bold, and yeah, it looks very fun. I really like it. And as you can see, I think Tim put the link into the chat. Yeah, super cool. Thanks for that. There are so many great options to include your illustration style into a nice chocolate packaging.
Yeah, I think there's like so many different ways that chocolate brands use illustration too. So I've seen like some really abstract ones and quite pattern-like abstract patterns. And then there's also the like really more like our style.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun.
And I think it's so nice because we collected different examples. As you can see, here it is just the brand name combined with illustrations without an explicit label. So, and here, as you can see, there is a label with some white space. And I think there are a lot of different options how to create a nice project for your future client maybe. So, and that's what we are going to do right now.
Yeah, so I think for the one that I've sketched out, I went in inspired by Abigail Birch, I did a stream with her, I think early last year, and she's just brought out a whole packaging label with paper cocoa, and they're all patterns, and she's amazing. So I've kind of been a bit inspired by her and tried to make a pattern, which I don't do very often, but out of kind of the people that I'd normally draw, and then some French things. Sandrine
That's
can
great.
really help with some more French things because I'm just ooh la la.
Perfect.
Yeah, so I think I can share hers actually. I've got it here. If you don't know
Perfect.
Abby, she's just really cool packaging that you wouldn't expect. And I think that's what's really cool about it, isn't it? So they're patterns, they're really fun, and you can literally do anything, can't you, with packaging? So that's what's awesome. I don't know if anyone's done any packaging in the past. Let us know. Share it.
Yeah, and also let us know what you would like to see on our chocolate packaging that we are going to do today.
Yeah.
So let's hop into Fresco.
Cool. So I've tried to do sorry, interrupting. So when I said I tried to do like a pattern, I don't do patterns very often. So it's quite like let's try something new. So for this, I saw something on Instagram, like a reel, which is everyone's new favorite thing, isn't it? And it was where they created an illustration and then put it in each corner. And then that means that the pattern will repeat. And then they've done something in the middle. So that's what I've tried to do. We'll see if it turns out okay. So this in the corner is like a mouth eating some chocolate.
Cool.
I do have it somewhere so that I can recreate it. Should organize these a bit better. Yeah. So yeah, how have you started with?
I started with, or just a simple concept I had in mind. I recently did the latest Still Here, Still Life illustration, and I included a disco ball. And I thought I would like to go for some disco orange infused chocolate today.
Nice. I like that. Like a combo between a disco.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Something fun.
Yeah, it sounds great. So I'm just getting rid of this.
And yeah, I think there's also one thing I would like to let you know, because there are some new things in Fresco.
It's true.
And I just wanted to quickly go through all the new things. There is this magic wand. You can find it within the selection tools. Maybe we will use it later on. Very easy. There is a liquify tool. That's super cool.
That would work really nicely for your disco ball.
Yeah.
See.
You can now control the opacity for your motion layers. That's super helpful. And also transform your motion layers. That's also quite nice. And yeah, that's it. So jump into our project.
Exactly. Into it. Cool. Yeah, so Sandrine said she's only done packaging but for personal projects, which is exactly what we're doing really, but kind of inspired by a brand. That's the best way to start, really, isn't it? Show, like we said last week, I think that if you show art directors that you've got something in your portfolio and that you can do it, they're more likely to hire you for that job. So that's the theory here. Yeah. If anyone's got any questions, let us know. I haven't got a colour scheme for this. Yeah? I feel like it needs to be red, white, and blue. Don't know if that's a little bit too obviously French, though.
So I decided to do some simple packaging today, and I just made a grid for my own and some markers where I would like to fold it afterwards. So nice. I think it's nice to have a pattern that is going around the whole chocolate bar.
Yeah, I like that. So
Yeah,
you've laid out your chocolate bar, and then you can do the like nice
I think that's
edging.
nice. And I think it's also perfect if you want to create something another product out of it later on. It's
Yeah.
very nice to have some kind of full. Oh, now it's telling me how to use it. It's nice. Fresco is so nice.
Telling you how to use the magic wand.
I think I will use it afterwards when you try to select some specific thing within your illustration, right?
Yeah. I haven't used it as often as I should probably have done in Photoshop. But I think you can is it selecting colors or it's selecting things? I can't remember. Specific areas, isn't it?
Yeah. It's selecting specific areas, and then you can play around with saturation within your colors.
Yeah.
I think it's a very helpful and useful tool.
Very useful, yeah.
It's so nice. So I copied the disco ball from latest project, but I will create some kind of random pattern because I like this kind of simple imperfections.
Yeah.
And I think it's also a nice way to implement your style within a product.
Yeah. You're going to use any of your frilly bits? Would I call it the fur?
Yeah,
the flourishes?
I will.
Very good. They're my favorite. They give it so much life. Have you got your disco ball illustration there? I really like.
Yeah, I just copied it from the latest illustration I did, but I will change it afterwards a little bit. So now I'm just trying to find the places for all the nice spots I want to illustrate. And I also thought it would be a nice combination to do some disco balls and some oranges and maybe some leaves and funky lines and dots.
I guess that's a good way to think about it as well, like have a chocolate flavor maybe, and then create something around that.
Yeah, and I think it's better to have some kind of variety within one project. So maybe I thought about doing 3 different types of chocolate, one orange, one dark chocolate, for example, and one crispy white or something.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
And
I think people have been talking about that.
So for the disco edition, I thought about doing something with purple and yellow and very light colors.
Nice.
What about you?
Very excited to see it. I'm going French. As French as I can get. So mine's going to be like the kind of red, but not really red, more of a pinky red. So it's not that red, white, and blue. I mean, it's kind of British colours too. Let's see. So if we can move it later, yeah, I think Sandrine's the only one getting involved. She's talking about patterns. It'd be a bit easier if we could move a layer by numbers. I have found a like slightly easy way of creating a pattern in Fresco, but it would be nice if there was like maybe that's something we could suggest. Yeah, because Illustrator has one, don't they? Oh. Yeah. That'd be quite handy. Mr. or Mrs. Adobe Fresco. This thing.
But I think it's also nice to switch within all the nice apps. Yeah, to take whatever you need.
Anyway, so it's not a big problem, is it?
No.
You are right.
So I will Do a nice orange.
Yeah, my dog's whining. Great thing about being at home. So just got my lips. I'm doing the lips first so that I can get them into the corners as the basis, and then I can draw the rest. Always drawing on the wrong layer. It's hard.
Yep.
When I look at it, I think, what are you doing? Frustrates me too much. Sorry, just talking. What is if anyone's got any portfolio questions, send them over. We could, I mean, I think there's probably similar people that will listen, but we had some questions last week around like big no-nos and things like that. Is there anything else other than, so last week we said biggest no-nos like copying other people's work, which and including that as your own. I think you can emulate other people's work in your own space, but to maybe work on a style or something, but showing it as if it's your own is the big no-no in our opinion. My opinion.
It really is. I mean, we are constantly inspired by people and constantly inspired by everything that surrounds us, right? So I think it's natural that you, when you like something, that you take it and implement it in your style or life or whatever. But it's very important to be aware that copying is not good.
No.
Someone
said it's really cool to emulate people's work, actually. I don't think it is. But that's another question. So do you show the time lapse in the portfolio? Oh, sorry, reading all the questions. So there's ways of creating patterns in Photoshop, there's ways of creating patterns in Illustrator, and I'm going to try and do an easy way of doing it. I'm going to start now, so I'll show you the way that I found that's the easiest, but it doesn't, so you can, it's not perfect in advance. So you can hold on to the little, what's it called, button? Can't remember what this is called. A finger button. It's down here anyway. I think you can see it. It's for me it's in the bottom left, but you can move it around as well. There you go, you can see I'm moving it. That's the button that I'm using. Oh. If I hold it down and pull it up to the corner, it does snap to a grid. So you can kind of eventually. This is a bit fiddly when I said it's not. Touch shortcut it's called. Thanks, Tim. It's not the perfect way of doing it. This is the only way I've found. So I line up the little stretch marks for each illustration and line them up in the. I'm trying to show you, like draw on my screen to show people that doesn't work. On the left side, like middle, I'm just trying to line that up as best as possible. Might completely mess up at the end, so I've made 4 copies and an extra one just in case I mess up. So, and then maybe I can pull it over to Illustrator if it doesn't work. It has been okay so far, so I'm just going to do that in every corner now. That's it. But make sure I save an extra one, so I've got 5 versions of it just in case. Very exciting, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to see your process and your workflow.
This is made up, really, isn't it? I think we will just make it up as we go along sometimes.
Now my orange looks like a disco ball too.
Good.
So I will put this in a group, and I would also like to have some orange slices.
So you're going for an orange. Do you like orange chocolate? Because it's not my favorite.
It depends.
Mm.
It depends.
It's got to be a good day.
We can also include some raspberries.
Very true.
They're also very fun to draw.
Sounds very good, like, because my daughter she can't have dairy, so we've been going with vegan chocolate, and she just steals ours, but I've been testing them all, which is such a shame, really, isn't it? Having to test all the different chocolates.
That's very, very sad.
Hard life.
Yeah, very hard life.
My parents got us some good, my husband's parents, some very good, like, vegan Easter chocolate. I wasn't complaining. It's very good.
There are a lot of nice vegan options, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly. Good
it's
for
not
the
that hard.
No. So Sanjin says, I feel for you. Oh, it's not a problem. We're trying to be better for the environment anyway. So
yeah,
it's got dairy. Dairy's not good for the world. Just so sad. I don't think chocolate, like cocoa beans, are actually that good either. So oh well, it's a treat occasion. Every day.
So
Tim says he likes chocolate and he likes oranges, but he also doesn't like ketchup and bananas. Also like ketchup and bananas, but he doesn't put them together. He's saying no to chocolate and orange. I'm on that page.
we can also have some lime or
Lime?
lemon.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Oh, I like this. Yours looks so professional. Well, that's good. That's what you want in a portfolio.
Yeah, that's true.
Just trying to want to play with. So the idea behind my, like, the different parts of this pattern are being able to show that I can do different things. I was going for, so like showing that, I mean, characters are a big part of my work anyway, but like type and things like that, things I don't show as often. So that's where I was thinking for the portfolio aspect, that it's quite good to show things that you can do.
Yeah, it really is. And I think, I mean, we all know that art directors or art buyers are very busy people. So yeah. I think it's a very clever way to show some real products on a mock-up and with your illustrations, so they can see in a very easy way what you can do and what you're capable of. So it's very nice to include this into your portfolio.
Yeah, and make sure you're kind of showing what you want to be known for or you want to be hired for.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually, they've sent us over mock-ups as well, but I did a beer can and it's been made into an actual beer can.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it only came out yesterday, so it's very exciting.
Nice. Congrats.
But they sent over the mock-ups because they don't actually have the actual cans yet. So that's quite funny. So they even use it professionally, and that's how they sell their products. Nice. It's a company that does like lots of different cans. I was going to share it today. It's mad, isn't it? Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a nice way to also attract potential clients.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had quite a few people contact me saying, oh, I saw your work on Instagram. It's just a shame that it seems to be, I don't know if you found this, but the engagement on my side has gone down in the last couple of weeks, and I don't know why. I don't know what I'm doing differently.
Yeah. Engagement is really, really bad.
So,
and yeah, I think you have to think about how you can reach your clients or potential clients other than Instagram. So I think there was a nice article on Creative Boom last week or 2 weeks ago, and with some very helpful tips. And I mean, there are a lot of potential other platforms, or even setting up a newsletter can be a nice way to reach out to people and just say hi in a friendly way, and to inform people. I mean, you have to be aware that you don't want to annoy people. So I think you should find your nice routine when sending out something. Do you have a newsletter?
I haven't. It's on my list of things to do though. And like I really struggle that sometimes I'm going to bug people. So I don't like to do that. But yeah, Kirsty's saying LinkedIn is a good one. That is true. I've contacted a couple of people directly. And they've accepted my request, and someone replied. So
cool. Congrats.
Yeah, thanks. That was last week. That was job last week. So I sent out like, I don't know, it's 5 or 6, and I think 3 people accepted, and they were from big companies that I'd like to work with. So that was.
And would you like to post your work on LinkedIn as well on a regular basis, or how would you like to use it?
So sometimes I do. I think I had a mentoring meeting maybe last year now, that she was saying it's good to create like a blog, so you have it on your website or a Behance type thing, and then share it to your LinkedIn, and then it does good SEO stuff as well. So that I've been trying to do. I think it's finding the time to do everything, isn't it?
Yeah, but it sounds very clever to lead the people and also the traffic to your own website. Yeah.
There's a lot of tips. There's a lot of things that you can do. I think at the moment I'm a bit overwhelmed with all the different things.
Me too.
So, Twitter, Instagram.
I think sometimes it's very hard to keep everything in mind and to be up to date on all the different platforms and things you have to keep in mind. So I'm more like kind of keeping it short and simple, and to focus on one thing and do this in the right way. So I think from my end, a tip would be to focus on just 1 or 2 things at least, and try to keep up the content in a professional way, instead of trying to be on every platform and do everything at the same time. I think that's not the right way to.
No, you're right.
To get your work seen.
I think like Behance is like the nice polished. I always see people that make these really polished things, and I just think, I wish I could do it. But I don't have the patience most of the time.
You can do it.
I know. I think I just need to do it.
Aye.
But there's lots of options. So the thing with, I guess, with LinkedIn is quite good that you could just share. So if you say on Behance, you put a project up, or on your website, like a blog post or something, and you can just share that to LinkedIn. Yeah. And I guess that's nice. Where the professional people are, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true.
But everyone's on Instagram, really. Sadly.
Maybe it's also a nice way between having a newsletter and Instagram to just post things in a professional way on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Because it's not full of influencers and
we were talking about TikTok just before we came on here, didn't we? So I have a TikTok account that I share my process on sometimes when I remember. But the other day I shared a video of my daughter colouring on our walls, and it got more views than anything I've ever done. So
crazy, right?
Yeah. At 240,000, I think. And
what?
The best I've had is like 500.
Wow, that's crazy.
Maybe she's just more talented than me. Yeah, Sandrine says future star. It's true. Yeah, TikTok is weird.
Yeah, I think so too.
It might be one of those things where everyone's like, oh, when we all had MySpace, and I said,
MySpace.
Facebook, what was that?
Yeah.
It's never going to catch on.
It was a fun time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
MySpace was fun.
I think I saw someone's they'd shared like a PDF portfolio type thing the other day, and they were sending people to their MySpace page. I thought that was really funny. The good old days.
Long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some good stuff on TikTok. Some really silly videos. I think they do best.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's very helpful because a lot of people are doing some kind of short tutorials, and I also watch this, and it's super helpful. But yeah, you have to make your way through all the other videos first. So it's kind of giving me a hard time to find the right.
I think I find similar with Instagram Reels.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll go on and it's just this random thing that I'm just not like a cooking thing. I think, great, how has the algorithm sent me this? But they won't show people my work.
Yeah, it's very hard to focus on the right things.
Yeah, exactly. Have you found any? So I've got a friend actually, and she made a reel recently, and it was actually like, when I've done reels, they've been 60 seconds long. But she did one and it was like 10 seconds and it went mad. So loads of people watched it.
Oh,
I think
wow.
like tens of thousands. And I was like, I wonder why that's done well. But I think that's because she showed a tiny bit of her process and it was 10 seconds and then it got a bit massive reach. So that might be a way.
Yeah, I think if you find your way to handle TikTok, then it's a good platform to reach out to potential clients or your community.
Yeah.
But I think it's not for me.
I wonder if it'll be the old people. It's not for me.
It's not for the old people.
Oh. Watch a reel for longer than a few seconds, they'll send you more of the same. That's what Stuart says. I think that's true. But anyway, portfolios. Back to that point.
Yes.
I think having a specified space like a website is obviously top.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just it's clean and professional.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, disco balls. We need more disco balls.
We all need more disco balls. I'm moving house.
Disco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Disco vibes on Tuesday.
Oh, maybe we should do this every week. We have to have a disco ball in every illustration.
Yeah, it would be fun.
That would be good. Oh. Have you got the secret of drawing a good disco ball?
It's very, I kept mine very simple. But I think it fits my style because I love this kind of imperfection. So it's not really in a mathematical way, it's not right.
That's the word, artist.
Yeah, it's kind of my artistic interpretation of a disco ball.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's how it should be.
Yeah, exactly. I think the same. So I thought about including some nice colors, could be a perfect fit.
Yeah.
And because usually they're kind of silver, grayish, shiny. And I think that's something very hard to draw.
Yeah.
So I decided to go for something light blue and add a little bit of pink.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you know what you're doing. It comes to a disco ball. Oh, I love the oranges.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I have to add more lines and funky bits.
Funky bits.
Funky bits, funky energy lines, energetic lines.
Yeah. Party lines.
Yes. Adding some fun.
I'm leaving my background white, and I'm not sure why, but I think I might leave it. Struggle with background sometimes. Don't know if you do. Same.
Yeah, I'm the same. I think sometimes it's hard if you are not working within some corporate identity colors, then it's very hard to focus on one color decision.
Yeah. I almost always use like this blue color that I've used for ooh la la in my work. But when it comes to other things, I'm like, oh, don't know what I'm doing. Just try and make the colors fit together.
Do you tend to use a similar color scheme within your work?
Yeah, I generally do. But sometimes I don't, and then I think, oh, this is really cool. So it depends. I think most of the time I'll try and stick within it's mostly this blue.
Yeah.
It's almost always features and then colors around that go with it. How about you?
It depends, but of course I tend to use the same colors from time to time. So yeah, I always love to use very bright colors for some kind of highlighting specific things. And yeah.
Do you ever find it hard then to stick to like a brand guidelines?
Sometimes it's very hard for me.
Yeah. I think I do struggle sometimes.
Yeah.
I guess that's something that people could test themselves with if you want to. Stick within 3 colors and see what comes out.
Yeah.
So I did that recently actually, and the color scheme was like a fluorescent yellow, quite a bright pink and a blue. Yeah, it was really nice. I loved how it came out because I was so restricted. It meant that was, that was a
it can be a nice way to.
Yeah, so I had to go. I went over the top with like the blue. It's kind of made it fit within my style, and it came out really nice. So,
cool.
Might be something for the future.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Just drawing flowers now. This is.
I will also include some flowers, some white flowers.
Tim says, do you ever involve textures in your work via pre-made images, like paper or paint textures? Don't. But I know people who do. How about you?
Sometimes, but not very often, because sometimes people would like to, I did some Christmas wrapping paper last year, and I suggested to go for a very heavy, structured, natural paper.
Yeah.
And then I decided to put another layer on it to give the client the feeling that it's actual real paper.
Yeah.
Because I don't like the very glossy one.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it's a perfect fit to go for something very glossy, but in this case, it was better to go within some very natural paper. So sometimes it's a good way to show the client how it will look like. That's a good question, Tim.
It is good. I don't know if anyone follows Harriet Noble, she's called. She is so some of her work is paper-based.
Nice.
Like she prints out on paper, but most of the time now, I think, because she works on a lot of editorial projects, she does it so it's fake, but it looks real. So she's just this amazing Photoshop she uses, of course, where she overlays this texture and it just looks so good. I just wish I could.
What was the name of the illustrator?
Harriet Noble.
Oh,
she makes really nice.
Have to check it out. And I think also Laura. I think she's a French illustrator. She also tries to include some textures within your work. I think it's a very nice combination to make your style stand out a bit.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know how she does it. She probably maybe.
There's a question from the chat.
Ooh.
Do you both ever try to push into other styles to process your own into other directions? To see what happens, like using a different brush from your daily and only using 2 colors, for example.
Yes.
I do.
I do as well. I think when I see someone's work that's different, really different to mine, and I think, really like the way they've done this, I'll try that in my work. That's how then I process into a different style. And I said, like recently, I did a couple of personal projects where each time, I think it's because I have a scientific background that I did it this way. I changed one thing. So, when you do an experiment, you change one thing at a time.
Yeah.
I did that so I was getting a bit bored of my style. And I found that changing one thing meant that I could experiment a bit more at a time. Say, I like this bit, so I keep it, or I get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I did it. Have you ever tried stuff like that?
I'm also kind of this, but I also love to experiment with new brushes.
Yeah.
And really, every time Kyle T. Webster, for example, releases a new brush pack, I'm so excited. And I want to try them all at once.
Yeah.
And then I try to mark my favorites and try to implement them in my work. And it's a great way to experiment with different styles as well, and also to include new brushes and structures and play around a bit. And I have the feeling that the style is also kind of evolving within using different brushes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think things change a lot for me if I do that. Like if I play around with a brush, which I don't always like. But then that's quite good, isn't it? You can ditch it.
Of course. I think it's a nice way to also challenge yourself.
Exactly. There's so many different ways you can play around with stuff. It's wonderful.
Yes. So wonderful and so fun.
I did a drawing actually in Fresco recently where I used different live brushes. But at the end I hated it. I know, but I think it would have worked better if I like did a combination of the both. So I just went full, I think it was just the watercolor brush. And by the end of it, I was like, oh, this looks so horrible.
No.
I think if I'd have combined the both, like the two, it would have come out a bit better. So many failed artworks.
Yeah, but also the watercolor brush is very hard to use because it takes you a lot of time to figure out how to use it in the right way.
Yeah. But it's the same with watercolors as well.
Yeah, exactly. But I have the feeling that it's much easier to work with the live brush and watercolor within the iPad than with actual watercolors, because
you can get rid of it, can't you?
Yeah, and it's very hard for me to do some watercolor illustration.
Have you tried? I think gouache is the best. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah. It is French, right?
Yeah. Anyone? Gouache?
No, I think that's gouache. I think so. I don't know exactly how to pronounce it, but I think that's the right way.
Yeah. So I love it. I've been actually thinking about it recently. Gouache. Rhymes with wash. Gouache. There you go.
That's nice.
Yeah. Oh, Stuart's got loads of questions. He says, most evenings I struggle to think of something to draw. How do you guys deal with those days? Do you look at what you've done in the day or any tips? We were talking about this last night as well, weren't we?
Yep.
Because we were both a bit like, what do we draw?
Yeah, I think it depends on the project you're working on. And even if you set yourself a project or you are working on a free project, then it's even harder because it's you want to get the most out of it, like the perfect outcome. And then I don't know if you do, but I tend to self sabotage me sometimes. Like so I think in my case I try to attend to various or different drawing challenges on a regular basis. I think that's something that's very helpful to keep the creative juices flowing and to give yourself some kind of challenge from time to time. And I think it's also nice to create some briefs within your or with other illustrators or within your creative community.
Yeah, that's
just
true.
To do some nice portfolio work like we're doing now.
Yeah.
So if you're struggling with ideas tonight, you can go for some chocolate packaging illustration.
Yeah. And I think what I find quite good is if I'm like really struggling for something, I'll go back and look at an old piece of work that I really like and say, what do I like about it? And then think, maybe I could use that in a different thing, or like I think I struggle a lot with fun, like positions for characters. So I've been looking at my old work that I like to try and see if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a nice
way. Or I could just copy myself. Really. It does the same job. So
why not?
Yeah. It's too many options as well. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Narrow it down a bit as well. So
yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I think it's a good way to don't try to limit yourself too much, and at least it's all about having fun, right? So and being creative and try new things.
Exactly. Like I've done here, I thought of a brand that I'd like to work for, and then kind of thought about a brief that would be set around that, and then done.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to keep yourself motivated and also to play around a bit.
I agree.
Go with the creative flow.
Yeah. Sorry, that was me just having brainwaves. Sometimes they work. Oh, we've only got 10 minutes left. Obviously,
oh no,
this was today as well. I was like, right, I'm going to do something that I can finish every time.
Ay. No chocolate today.
No. Maybe I need some chocolate to make me finish it.
Yeah. Maybe this was a small hint.
Yeah. Missing the far. Yeah. This is where we go quiet. Gosh.
Yeah. Totally stressed.
Oh, this still talking gouache.
So I'm still trying to learn the word.
Yeah.
Or how to pronounce it the right way.
Yeah. So Sandrine said it was gouache. Gouache.
What? Gouache.
I have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll get there.
We can do it.
Yeah. It's nice to paint though. That's where we would go. Something else I've been doing recently is that painting, because it's nice to get off your iPad sometimes.
Yeah, it totally is.
But it's quite a bit messier. This is one of my favorite jumpers and I've got paint all over it. Disappointed in myself.
Yeah, and I think it's also quite nice to work with different materials.
Yeah.
And it's also a nice way to challenge yourself from time to time.
Yeah. Fun as well. I think it's brought me back to where I started. So when I was at school, I did a lot of painting. So it's been quite nice to go back, not just be behind a screen.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I need to get a massive easel. And how good are paint supplies?
You can spend a lot of money on it. Every time I go for shopping to an art supply store,
oh, it's bad.
I'm totally lost.
Yeah.
Lost into these endless possibilities of brushes, paint, and
I need it. I need that.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely necessary.
Yeah. So if I will ever win the lottery, you know where you can find me.
That's it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Best place. I did a mural in January, and I was so worried I wouldn't have the paint that I needed. And I got to the place, and 3 doors down the road there was an art shop, and I was like, this is just dangerous now.
It really is.
It's great. It's my lunchtime. I went in there.
So nice.
I will get somewhere. Might be one of those we'll have to report back next week and show people.
Yep.
Hopefully other people have joined in and you can share yours too.
Ah, that would be so nice.
Yeah. We're going French. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. There's a conversation still about gouache. Gouache.
Gouache, or yeah.
The Francais. That was on my drawing actually. Oh, it's Le Chocolat. Oh, we have 4 minutes.
Oh no.
How are you getting on?
I'm almost done. I think.
Of course. So good at getting this done in the time scale.
Yeah.
Don't know how you do it. I was going to say.
Yeah, but it was a lot of copying and creating some handmade pattern. So
I'm going to see if I can do this. Make the actual pattern from it.
yeah, I just have to think about a name for my chocolate brand.
Oh yeah.
Maybe gouache chocolate. No.
Oh, people will be arguing for days about.
But I think I will add some sparkles.
And
Make it shiny. Shiny chocolate. Shiny disco chocolate.
Carina's. I don't know if anyone can hear that, but my dog is growling at me to let her out to the toilet. Staring at me. Animals are so weird, aren't they? Oh, ooh la la, has gone. Get that back in there. Right. I'm going to try and... Oh no, I didn't need to do that. See if I can do this, but do 4. Duplicate my pattern. Oh, we don't need the countdown music. We've already heard it today, haven't we?
But this was for the coffee.
Yeah, I made a coffee before.
Yeah, so it was the coffee countdown. Now we need some final touches countdown.
Dude. Oh, my pattern almost lines up. Might have to do this in photo. Oh no, it does. Oh, it's like I planned it.
Perfect.
It's not quite finished, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it on an actual mock-up.
Yeah,
I think it's a nice packaging.
Yeah, it did kind of work. There's a little bit of overlap that hasn't worked properly. I think if I was going to do this when I mock it up properly, I'll pull it over to Photoshop and I have the lips separate so I can put it together properly in Photoshop or Illustrator. Yeah, still got some work to do on it.
It's fun.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Patterns are fun, actually. Disco.
I'm quite happy with my disco.
Yeah, they look great. Disco chocolate. What did we say? Inspired by disco. What? Oh, it's 1 o'clock.
Oh no.
How have you done?
I think I'm Finished, quite finished. Just need a name for the brand.
And we're done.
But you?
I'm very far off. Classic me.
Can't see yours, but I'm excited now.
Yeah. Ding. The countdown's over. I've just got a chocolate bar to draw.
Ah, nice. Now I can see it. Yeah, perfect. Oh, it looks very French.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the colors.
French
I like it. Oh la la.
Thank you. So then I can imagine this on a chocolate packet, actually.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I would buy it.
Thanks. I'd buy yours too. That's the mark of a good chocolate bar. Anyway. Yeah, we'll sign off now anyway. Hope you all enjoyed the chat. Send us over if you put it on Instagram or Discord. If you guys have joined along, or if you're doing any portfolio projects, or if you have any questions, we'll be back on in 2 weeks with a different project. So if you want to join in with that, you can. And yeah, have a great Tuesday.
Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.